incredible what you were saying, your speech from 2 years ago had to be torn up and rewritten. It's just incredible, isn't it, how attitudes toward net zero have changed, shifted, have been refined in that time since 2 years ago. What have been the main changes, do you think, with net zero and with digitalisation?
Yes, no, it has been, just unprecedented. But we overuse that word now, don't we? But, in 2 years, the world has completely changed. Obviously, energy prices is one of the key things. But the other thing is we have prepared ourselves for this fourth industrial revolution. We have spent 10 years in this country investing in catapults, high-value manufacturing catapult, digital catapult, investing in the Made Smarter program. We're here on the stand at MACH where Made Smarter is offering its services and insights. And I think it's the fact that we have created the ecosystem to support companies at the same time as the pressures of needing to work remotely through COVID and then the rising energy prices. It's got everybody to focus on digital technology and on net zero.
You mentioned, it takes me on nicely actually to this question, how the scale needs to increase in terms of a digital ecosystem to really kick on with Industry 4. What do you think that will take? What sort of scale are we talking?
Well, look, we've invested over the last 10 years, I think probably more than we've ever have before to support the manufacturing ecosystems in terms of catapults, in terms of Innovate UK programs, in terms of Made Smarter programs. Look, we're now investing, if you include catapults and everything in, we might be investing 500, 600, 700 million a year, something like that. It needs to be 2 or 3 fold that. But look, it's more than ever, and we as the industry leaders now need to really show how valuable this investment is being in terms of raising productivity, in terms of improving our net zero performance, in terms of increased exports, and then I'm sure we'll convince the policymakers to keep investing in us.
And it was interesting that you spoke less about what renewable energies will need to decarbonise. You did mention hydrogen and solar and wind. You said more about it's how we use it. Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
Well, look, I'm a massive fan of renewable energy sources, offshore wind. I absolutely think we need to scale hydrogen also, actually, for many manufacturing processes, in steel plants, in glass making, for example. But we never, ever talk enough about where the energy is being used. And industrial energy use, it is 30% of the energy that's being used, and that can be cut dramatically, through process optimization, through better investment in just simple low energy motors, inverter technology. We all know what needs to be done, but we haven't quite done enough of it. But I do think that has changed because, look, it's now survival, isn't it? Energy prices are so high, quite frankly, unless you do this now, you just can't afford the energy bills.
Yeah, sure. And then very finally, SMEs, startups, really at the heart of sustainable leadership. You mentioned Crystal Doors. We did an interview with British Volt yesterday, their gigafactory up in the northeast.
Yeah.
Fantastic. They were a startup at the beginning of that journey. What's needed, do you think, to continue that ethos, that drive of determination and of innovation within this space?
Well, my experience has been that that SMEs love most to learn from each other. So to create platforms like Made Smarter, where small to medium-sized companies can engage, learn, but then to share that knowledge. So for those people to come together, and then also for the small to medium-sized companies to show that leadership, to really infuse, their own community. Say, look, my own company, I have made this net zero. I can help you achieve this. And it's that sort of enthusiasm. And I do think we're building that enthusiasm and that movement. So we just need to do more of that.